Coming to you, first time interview by Shango Roots, Englishman. Yes, Dema Roots. Dema Roots come again. Yes, I. Rastafari. Yes, I. Blessed love. Yes, I'm Sister Inora of Baltimore. And I am the owner and CEO of Dema Roots. Dema Roots has come again. Dema Roots come again.
Same.
Was first in 1997, Dema Roots, and I had a magazine called Dema Roots Magazine. Coming to you, first time, internet style with Shango Band, known as Englishman. Yes, I.
Rastafari.
Rastafari, Dema Roots come again. Go tell your friends. Yes, I. Greetings.
Greetings, Sister Inora.
One love.
One love is years and years without tears, you know?
Yes, I. Yes, I. Well, Shango Roots.
Give thanks.
Yes, I.
And Dema Roots.
Yes.
Dema Roots, yeah.
Yeah, give thanks and praise. You know, it's such a blessing to be here with you today in Baltimore.
Yes, I.
Yeah. So, you know, first I'd like to say that I've been knowing you for a long time from, I heard about you during the 70s.
Yes, ma'am.
I was writing for Reggae Roots and Culture. Well, actually not Reggae Roots and Culture, it was Reggae Roots International newspaper out of Miami, Florida.
Sure.
And also, you, during the 90s, had gotten an award through Tony Java.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
man,
yes.
right.
Oh,
But a natural thing, so we don't have to worry
yeah.
ourselves still. You know?
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, back in 1999, you had won an award, and this award was given to you for
I think it was Bob Marley Awards.
the Bob Marley One Love Bob Marley Award. Yes, it was.
And this paper looked like it's, what, 1999, is it?
Yes.
So that's about, what, 15 years ago?
Reggae Roots International, and I was a representative for Baltimore and also a writer for Baltimore.
Nice little. Yeah, you look like you have these for years, you know?
Yes,
Documented.
this is you holding the award here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I give
First
thanks.
I seen this in 15 years.
Well,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
know what? This is one of the articles that I have. It's a full page.
Okay.
You can see a whole full page interview
True.
with the one and only Englishman,
True.
Shango Roots.
True.
Yes. So let me tell me what's going on. How do you see the reggae business today?
Well, the reggae business, you know, has moved forward. You know, things change as usual, and you know, we have to keep reinventing ourselves in a sense. You know, we're still true to the roots, of course, but we are moving with the times of how the business is being run, and you know, it has its many ups and downs with the regular politics, and you know, and people don't like to even talk about it. They always try and make it like this Hollywood thing, like they camouflage the politics. But on a whole, you know, you just move with the times and keep positive and do what you have to do, you know?
Yeah. So, what bands are you working with, or what are your latest projects you're working on now?
Latest projects still, you know, mainly in the studio, and like some overseas projects. I find that locally, once again, you know, politics runs very thick, and it's a close little knit thing. You have to be in a clique with certain people. So I've always kind of find different grounds and spread out more time, you know.
Yes.
And, you know, I pay homage to the community as usual, because, you know, let me say local. I don't see it as being local still. I don't see that you reside in the area, but you know, take your time and you know, move out and spread out and travel and spread your wings wide, you know?
Yes. You work with many artists, international, local, Baltimore, Washington,
True.
New York, and I've been at some of the shows, and tell me. Speaking of some of the bands like Strikers Posse Reggae Band, which I am an original member, but Sister Ashell and Papa Wabe, they're on the radio. Sister Ashell being a Baltimore reggae musician, artist, and as far as the radio, you think radio is doing a fair job in recognizing who's who as far as reggae in Baltimore?
That's a very pointed question, a valid question, and once again, you know why I always refer to Peter Touch, and I always like Peter Touch. Peter Touch don't want no peace. Don't give me peace. Peace is like when you write on the headstone, as him say, that is your diploma where you get on the headstone.
It's one of my favorite songs.
You understand? Him want equal rights and justice,
yes,
and
yes.
When him speak, a lot of reggae artists, them speak, but Peter Touch speak, and when him speak, really, it's pointed, him no camouflage it. And so that's why I'm on gravitate towards Peter Touch a lot. And saying that, when you're coming about the radio business, once again, you can give your music to a disc jockey. It's his prerogative if you want to play. But if they say that their culture, their Rasta, and this and that, they don't have no biases. There's no tribalism and no bias. So, music business right now, there are very few radio stations. There are internet radio stations, but there are very few radio stations. And when you check it out, sometimes because of the uploading and the downloading and the MP3s and what have you, you can send a hard copy. It might get played by those DJs who still play and who still play vinyl too.
True.
But for the most part, it may not get played, and once again, it may be biases in there too. And I mean, there's so many artists out there anyway that your music has to really be saying something. And sometimes it could be saying something, but once again,
it ain't. Yeah, I see. What just came to my mind is some of the songs that some were singing, and it's like this degrading and
it may be not roots and culture they want to hear.
Yeah.
But it's gonna come forward.
Oh, definitely.
To roots and culture, because that is the foundation.
Especially in these days and times.
True.
And myself, when I back in the 80s, in fact, from 1985 until 1987. I was on the radio. I was on Tulsa. At the time it was WCBT. And the name of my show was Demo Roots. Demo Roots, it came to me in a dream.
True.
It wasn't like I said, I want to name it, this or that. It came to me in a dream, 3 o'clock in the morning in the sky. It was like big bold letters say, Demo Roots, because I had to come up with the name of the show.
True.
The reason that I come up with the radio show was because many of my friends were reggae artists, reggae musicians from Jamaica, from Trinidad, from, right here in the United States. And myself being a part of the culture community, I was involved with a lot of the brothers and sisters in shows they did, and it's just a thing where it was within my heart to do it, and still to this day, here, from the 80s, and here we are in 2014, and it's like, it's like, it's in me, and that's what it is. It's like, that's why my name is Sister Anora, and Sister Anora is who I am. I am who I am.
Right.
So, like the song, you get back to Peter Tosh, you got so much songs for so many subjects for, many reasons.
That's right.
Yeah, so.
But, Demo Roots, as you was expressing to me, that Demo Roots is, them are the roots.
Your roots.
One roots, one root, So that's a very good name for, a radio program and what it stands for,
Yeah. And it's actually a business because, but getting back to, the community, okay, let's talk about the Rasta community. How you see, what's going on in the Rasta community in Baltimore, D.C., wherever you go. And even when you go overseas, you know, the Rasta community there, you know, when it comes to the reggae community or the conscious community.
Well, more could be done. You know, once again, it's like when I used to grow up in church, you know, and you know, the church is supposed to be this thing where, you know, it helps the community, it does for the community, but then you find you have elitists, you know, the deacons and the sistrins and the this, and then you have the pastor who's up on the pulpit. So we don't want a kind of setup like that setup.
Yeah.
We want a setup where
A oneness.
a oneness, yeah man.
Unity.
A oneness, and it's not like me are the king and you are the subject, and you know you want a
True.
oneness and the community, and
Yeah.
connection with everything, and not a bias, and you know you when you feel to this sect cut off that sect there, and that the sect that cut off that sect there, you know what I mean? It's a oneness. If them say it is a oneness, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, listen, the last time I saw you was in D.C. at, what is it, Buckham?
I think so.
In what is that? Adams and Morgan.
Oh yes.
And, you know, talking about the venues in Baltimore, D.C., Virginia, you know, what do you think about? Is it enough? Is it enough venues or?
But as with the radio station, as with the economy, everything is predicated on money. And so as with radio station, as with the community, how you all doing?
Hi.
Respect.
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
everything is blessed. Everything blessed
okay.
same way. Everything blessed
Okay.
same way. You ain't trouble in nothing. You ain't hurt. That's why it's live, you know. We're live and direct, you know. Don't feel no way. You're all right, you all too. Yes. But you know, everything has kind of dwindled down, you know. So the venues themselves are few, very few. And once again, it's what the generation want to hear, you know.
Right.
And so we as roots people have to have our venues. I mean, it come back to everything.
Well,
We're
in Washington D.C., right? It's Kilimanjaro.
Used to be Kilimanjaro. No more Kilimanjaro.
No more Kilimanjaro.
No. None of that. None of that.
The Wax Museum.
None of that.
Saba.
None of that.
Roxy.
None of that.
Right.
All of that.
What ones is there now that from back during the time that, you know, it was Baltimore, D.C. was bubbling with the reggae music, you know, I mean the bands, Determination Band, the Mighty Invaders, and, you know, Strikers Posse, Access Reggae Band, and I can go on and on because all of them are my friends.
The pivotal venue for reggae right now, apart from Howard Theatre that brings in acts, is Buckham, that keeps, you know, things pretty much
things
running.
bubbling, yeah.
When you come off the road as an artist and you know you want to get with the local bands and everything,
Right.
that is the club right here. So that is pretty much doing, you know, facilitating. Then put it that way. There, the art acts locally or who live in the area, and when you come off the road, you know, you pick up sessions and you're there. But for the most part, none of the clubs, most of them either they got out of the business or they work them out of the business. And when I say work, yes, politics.
Politics has a
Work
lot
them out
to
of
do with
business.
what's in the community, and you know, like talking about community, Baltimore community, the Baltimore reggae culture community, the Caribbean community. You know, as I said before, you know, Determination Band, and I keep saying that because they were my friends, and I love them, you know, and they have paved the way. They had a restaurant, they were a reggae band, they played Pimlico Racetrack every Preakness.
True.
And they paved the way for other reggae artists here who is providing reggae, you know, their creations to the lovers of reggae music, and then they open up restaurants. You know, Tony Worry, Soji, you know, some other ones that kind of leave my mind, but you know, when I see them, you know, it's like, okay, we have a history, and this is something that's like in Dimmer Roots. You know, with the radio show, it's in my spirit that we must tell our story, because so many people love reggae music. I mean, all nationalities. It's like a one love. Reggae music is a one love music.
Well, I will say this. I don't stick up in, I don't cut it. But it's good that you say you must tell our story, and I story, because hear what happened now. I've envisioned doing this for a long time, even as an artist, and artists being around me. And those artists, like I said, that come, help do what they have to do and then fall by the wayside. I always say that, you know.
Come and go.
One of my greatest players in the world was Pele. The next one was Michael Jordan. Great athletes in their own right. But them one couldn't go on the court and play against a team by themselves. As great as they are, they didn't need the team. So those other players play a central part. You understand?
Right.
I say that because, if you don't mind sharp, even those people who say they are so culturally aware and this Rasta and them same one will write you out of the history. You understand?
Yes.
So many times, you know, I hear a brother named Professor Griff. He used to be with Public Enemy.
Oh yes, yes.
And he talking some serious things about certain artists. And think, oh, them artists just roof. Well, I've got through. What is what they do to go through. You understand? And many people will have come and accuse you of this, that. And here you are, same way.
True.
And them when I got through, how them I got through. Well, you see, sometimes humbleness is the greatest thing.
Oh yes, that's true.
Humbleness is the greatest thing.
That's right.
So, sometimes a man see you humble and you just balance, you know. Yeah, man. You just keep it
Respect is
humble.
due.
Yeah, man. You just go through and do what you have to do.
I don't know anybody, like, if they're humble, you know, that is getting this, because, you know, they're humble. Being humble is very strong. It has a strength.
Humble, sometimes this humble causes up the most milk, but at the same time, you know, it's good to be humble, but it's good to also have a force with you to make sure that people know that, yeah, man, no humble, but, you know, no take a step. Sometimes that's why you have to be like a warrior sometimes.
That's right.
You have that warrior
like
spirit.
Lion.
Yeah, you know, and many times, like I say, it's good to be humble, it's good to be peaceful, because that is what you see. You understand? But sometimes one tests your faith, and when you come out and show them, they look on you, what? Oh, you know. But we bring peace and love and joy we want, you know. But we still have a warrior spirit still, you know.
Okay. A lot of the music that you have written, did a lot of it come from experience? Name some that you have written that came from experience.
Yeah, man. Well, there's one was say Rough Rider, and that one's it's a rough rider. Me turn a rough rider, rough rider. Now, a person might say rough rider. What is he talking about? Rough rider is like, you know, when you have to. You're going through a rough period, but you ride it. You know, you ride it and go through. And that was a song really written when, you know, I had lost my mother, lost my children's mother, my wife. You understand? I'm a breast brethren, Maccabee, guitarist. And they said things come in three, and that really did come in three. Three hit one time, bop, bop, bop. You understand? So, you know, rough, you have to be rough. And it's funny because I remember being on a show, a TV show, a panel, and people were saying to me, you know, they always say, you know, when you have that kind of grief, sometimes you have to take the time out and grieve, you know what I'm saying? And I want to say, no, man, you're all right, man, I'm tough and but they said, oh, don't worry, at a certain time, it will hit you, and it's when you least expect it, that's when it's going to hit you.
I can relate, because when my father passed, you know, a whole year, you know, I just stopped. I just stayed in, you know.
Yeah, man, you have to recoup yourself.
True, true. And then a year later, I get a call, and it's like, yeah, Sister, I know somebody, you know, said that they looking for a reggae singer, a female reggae singer. It was Reasons Reggae Band.
True.
You know, I was with them for a short period of time, you know, as a backup vocal, but, you know, I did original, my original, two of my originals, but that's what brought me back out.
True, true. The reggae music.
Reggae music.
So the strength of the music.
And it's like people in Baltimore, you know, and I met many other ones, and still to this day, you know, we're still friends, and, you know, they still in the music.
True, true,
and,
true.
And you know, it's just like, I just give so much thanks for this interview that we're having, because, you know, like you said.
15 years ago? 15 years since the day?
Yes, I had a show, Demo Roots, on the radio, and, you know, it's like I say, this is Demo Roots, they're my real, true roots, you know. Yes, and
you know,
for the people.
You know your friend when you see them, Rasta. If they are true, they're going to be true. You understand? And you love everybody the same way still. Even all your enemy, you love him same way. You love them same way, Rasta. You know, because it's,
they know not what they do.
Yes, and we all go through with ups and downs and with crisis, you know. So, you know, who knows what a man is going through, you know, when you see them do what they do. You know, so sometimes
that sounds like a song.
Is that song right? That song? Yeah. You know what they do when they're going what they're going through. You see what I'm saying? So I just saw it go on. So we write the tune them, you know, because once again I always say that some of the tunes them where really touch a person, you know. Is a tune where a man sit down here so and him see certain things go down. And him say, alright, and him write a tune off it. And at some point in life, you know, you might have that experience or know somebody who will have that experience. So, you know, the song is there for a purpose, you see?
Yes,
yeah, man. So we give thanks, you know.
Yes, and it come to mind a song that I wrote that I did with Strikers Posse, and with Reasons, called Guidance. One thing we need in this world today is guidance. Guidance from Jah, Rastafari.
And when you check it, you know.
Guidance to love.
Guidance from
care.
To the youth
what
them.
Life is all about.
Yeah, from the youth them to the elder people them, you know.
Yes.
Because, alright, we're looking at, say for instance, what happened in Ferguson then. And places like that. And, you know, somebody said to me, but they shouldn't have burned down the place, and they shouldn't have done this, and they shouldn't have done that. And granted, you know, at the end of the day, when they destroy all the property and everything, who has to pay for it? We say we have to pay for it out of tax money or whatever. People working, people who work. But at the same time, it's something that has been building up for time upon time upon time.
Yes.
And so when you really check it out, you know, it's like they say, well, the people who were protesting who were the peaceful people, and the people who come in there who just want it, they are criminals. No, not that they're just criminals. They just have some anger that was pent up that they didn't get a chance to vent. And this is their time.
Yes.
That was their time to vent it.
So,
you know, and many times those things go down, and you know, people don't have a voice. So at the time when that opportunity strike, they just strike the iron same time.
I see that it's this generation that it is to come. It was coming forward. I mean, from the age of 17, I met culture. I learned about, you know, being African, and you know how your arm, ball in your hand. This is the symbol for the new African, the new black man, black woman, and black youth too. And from that day, you know, that I was, it was like a lightning bolt struck me, and I found myself in the rallies, you know, amongst the Panthers, amongst the revolutionaries, and seeing the ones like, you know, Maulana Karenga, who started Kwanzaa and those things, you know, and I found myself being there. So still to this day, you know, it's like I'm still living this generation with my grandchildren, and I have a great grandchildren. So it's like, now we must look at ourselves in that way, generation from generation. Raspido was the one who told me that.
Raspido is a
Yes.
blessed brethren, you know, and you know, when you really check it out, it's like, you know, you have to have something to hand off to the younger generation, and you know, at least make them feel like it's not totally hopeless for them, because you know, I heard one lady come on the show and she was saying, you know, what do you expect? You degrade a man to the point, a young youth to the point where he feels hopeless. He feels like, you know, you depicted him a certain kind of way for so long that he feels hopeless, and then that's what caused him to do what they do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you have to be able to give them strength, you know, have the culture, you know, been through certain things, and you have to have that culture to pass on to the youths, them to make them more aware of the environment that they're living in. You see? Yeah, man.
The way that you're recording now, I noticed that you were having video recordings, and you know, how did you come up with that concept?
Well, you know, video.
And I love it when you send them to me.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
you know, the video thing is a thing like this, because you know, music is not selling like it's supposed to be, and people, you know, uploading and downloading and kind of can take your music and think. Sometimes, and also it's a way of putting an image to the music that you're doing. And like I say, it always comes back to the roots, you know. Sometimes you move with the technology that is there, where in which, you know, a certain sound comes about at a certain time. And I like the root sound, where the drum and the bass and the keyboard and the guitar is natural and everything.
By the way, you are wicked on the bass. Oh my gosh. You got, what you play, the English bass?
Well, we play,
is that what it's called?
Well, all kind of bass, you know, Steinberger bass, you know, jazz bass. Yeah. Well, you know, can do that. That is in the cards.
And I'm saying this because, you know, you performed with Strikers Posse over in the Watch Festival, I think it was Anne Arundel.
Yes.
And this bass you had, it was
cut off with the cut off neck. It's called the Steinberger bass. Yeah,
was like,
it's a Steinberger. Yeah, man. Well, it's a technology, and it's an imagery too, and thing. And sometimes I still go back to the Fender bass, which is like a wooden body bass that gives you that full sound to it. And you know, like I said, for each time period, there's a certain style or tone within the music that you want to captivate to at the same time.
You do. Your eyes, you know, it's like you close your eyes and you just gone, man.
Just Jaja. Just Jaja. Yeah, man.
Yes, I
feel the vibes, you know. And they used to say, you're sleeping on the stage, but I'm not sleep. I'm not sleep, I sleep. Sometimes, you know, the music, that's why I love music, because music take you to a level. Sometimes, listen, when you're playing with great musician, and the sound is good, and you know, you have a family out there, fan base and crowd out there that is enjoying the music. It's like Jah just said, it's like you said, the ray of the sun when the sun hit you.
Like it's hitting us right now.
Yes, man. And it feel good.
Yes, it do.
You know, and so when you're playing and you're getting at your heavens, and Jah just take you away to a place, and you're still a player now, but Jah just take you away to a place, and when the time for the song to done now, he carry you back, and you just go back in and repeat the cycle till the show done, you know?
Yes, sir. Well, do you have any upcoming shows?
I have a lot of shows, something scheduled for 2015, possibly in Europe and places like that, you know?
Where in Europe?
Hopefully we're going to go to Holland, Belgium, Germany, and different places like that, and of course UK. So I was just talking to one of my brethren the other night on the Facebook thing, and he said he's going to, you know, line up some things. So hopefully we can get that line up.
Alright.
See what's going on, you know.
You're so blessed. Now, what is your latest song recording? Change must come. That's the newest one?
Yes, it's a new one. I think I have some that I will bring one for you.
Okay.
And
I so much look forward to it.
Demaroon.
Yes, Blessed Love. Yes, I'm Sister Anora of Baltimore. And I am the owner and CEO of Demaroots. Demaroots has come again.